Boris Schlossberg, Managing Director at BK Asset Management.
BK Asset Management's Kathy Lean.
Boris Schlossberg, Managing Director at BK Asset Management.
BK Asset Management's Kathy Lean.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Somebody give me a sound check, a vibe check, screen check, all sorts of checks going on over here. I got an awesome show for you today. Lots of interesting stuff that I want to discuss. I'm going to short this thing right now before I even start talking. I'm going to short the NAS small size over here. In this trade over here, let's get, where am I? Am I logged in? Why am I? Let me just make sure that I'm logged in. Yes, I am logged in. I want to go short MNQ. Did this not get in there? Oh, I didn't get in there. Okay, join ask. Okay, now we're in. Now we're in. Wait, well, what happened here? I have two. Oh, I'll sell limit. Okay, kill that limit. Yes. So I'm short NASDAQ over here. I'm diving right in before we even start trading. I'll explain everything that I'm doing. We had a great coaching session yesterday, guys. If you guys want to come in and hang out with me in coaching, here's a special link to my coaching, a big discount on that for Pass the Prop. And I'm going to try and sort of distill some of the lessons that we learned out of coaching yesterday that I think is going to be very helpful to everybody. Lesson number one is make your first trade always a micro. So I'm like, I'm just going to take this profit as I been to clip a little bit of money here. Most important stuff that we learned in coaching yesterday, which was super interesting, was size first, strategy second. So really, I think a useful lesson for everybody who's prop trading, right? And let me put up all my stuff here. Hang tight a second. Let me put my. All right, here we go. Okay, put my Apex banner in here on the bottom. We're of course trading with Apex on prop. Everybody sign up for them. I love these guys. So number one rule of trading is make your first trade a micro, right? What I mean by that is the first trade of the day, doesn't matter how confident you are in the trade, doesn't matter what you want to do. If you don't make it the smallest possible trade, you run the risk of blowing up your account. As a matter of fact, the first pull of the day is, this is going to be a really great question. You guys know that I'm just going to type the question before I even ask it here. Let me just make sure I got it right. I'm typing it silently here because I want you guys to see it. All right. So here's the first poll question of the day. Have you ever blown up a prop account after making a bad first trade of the day? So anybody who's done prop, I would imagine you may have had that experience. And so what happens, by the way, that was a nice trade. I could have made a lot more money, but it doesn't matter. So what happens is the following. You make the first trade of the day. First of all, you're like, this is the first time you're coming to a chart. You really haven't seen price action. You're not kind of in the groove. Maybe you think you see something. Maybe you don't. Maybe even if you see something, Genzo says many times. Yeah. Go ahead. Everybody vote in there. Everybody vote. I want to see the answers to this. So you come to the chart. You're ready to make money, or you're super confident. You think you got the setup, so on and so forth, or you just don't even know what the hell's going on, and you're like, let me try this, right? Let me try this are what is it? Let me try this. 4 words that killed more prop accounts than anything in the history of trading, because you're typically not in the zone of the market. You don't have the full context of what's going on in the day. You don't even know where the highs and the lows are. Usually, a lot of times don't even know where the news flow is for the day. There's like a ton of stuff that you are just not in the zone with, right? Just like when you're walking on a tennis court, the first couple of strokes are not going to be your best strokes, right? Just the way it is. And so where are we? 921. Oh, look at this. Look at gold pop. Gold is popping through the 241s. Watching gold, by the way. I'm pointing to the chart, like you guys can see, like you can see my chart, like as though you guys are standing next to me. So I'm watching gold here because there's this 40, 42, 43 level, pretty much a lot of resist over here, right? This is pretty much the highs of the day, I believe. Let's get long gold. Let's get large. Yeah, gold is really having a big run here, right? So as I'm not ready to get short this thing, but then if we get another wave up to the 260 to the 45s, I absolutely want to get short at the 45s. Just letting you guys know. I'm kind of watching that out of the corner of my eye. Anyways, the point being is that you make the first trade, it goes wrong, you double up, it goes wrong again, or you lift your stop because you're like, oh god damn it, I maybe this thing is going to come back. Oh fuck it, I don't want to do this. I don't want to take a loss in this thing. It's the first trade of the loss, so on and so forth. This is a rule to live by, because when you're doing a micro, even if it's 100 points against you, it's like $100, or $50 if you're in the YM. Like, it cannot hurt you badly. You can just cut it, even if it's not working. Or if you want to size up, again, you're sizing up off of a very, very small position. So no, we're not talking about flash trade right now. Christoph, sort of like to get everybody, I want everybody to get in the following mindset. London is for MetaTrader 5 and Flash Trader, okay? And CFDs. New York is for futures, Apex, and Tradeovate. So don't mix and match. Do not mix hard liquor with wine and beer. My point being is that those are two. We're going to just focus on two totally separate things. There's no conversations about Flash Trader during New York. There's no conversations about futures during London, right? So that's why I have two separate streams, because we're focused on two very, very different technical setups. Just letting everybody know, because a lot of people from London are coming over. Completely different conversation. We're trading futures here, okay? We're trading Tradeovate, futures, Apex. Come hang out with me. Trade this. This is the product I want you to do with me in New York. No problem. No, I'm glad you're asking this, because I bet you a lot of people from Europe are probably like thinking that. But that's all. That's why I'm there with you guys in London. I'm there to dedicate myself solely to MetaTrader. Here, I'm dedicating myself solely to Apex futures and the Tradeovate. This way, it makes it a lot easier to have conversations. So, anyways, I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Oh, micro contracts. If you make the first trade of the day micro, even if you make the second trade of the day micro, sometimes even the third trade of the day micro, you're going to be in a much calmer state of being to get a full feel of the market. So, size first, strategy second. Everybody with me on that? Everybody on this, everybody feeling me on that? Give me some thumbs up in the room. Let me see how the poll is going. Oh, you bastards are lying. I know you bastards are like this. The 43% of you who did not get blown out after making the first bat trades, they're just lying. I know you're lying to me. I'm just kidding you. It's fine. Enzo says he did this yesterday. He was up 1,200 on his 50,000 funded account. Exactly like I'm saying, took the first trade of the day, making all the mistakes that you just mentioned, especially oversized account, gone. That's it, baby. I know exactly what's happening to all of you, because I'm there. Everybody who trades with me is there. That's why we trade. That's why we do it live. That's why, I have the experience so you don't have to, or at least, I try to isolate what is most useful to you, so you don't have to make the same mistakes again. You can make different mistakes, but you won't make the same mistakes. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, the whole idea here is obviously to help you guys navigate all that. So that was sort of like the first order of business out of coaching that we found, and then I forgot already, like what some of the other things that we talked about already. Size first order day, building it slow. Oh, and then I think the second most important thing is personality-driven trading. And what I mean by that is you have to know your personality. Oh, waste time, not money. Oh, thank you, 0007. That was a really, really, really good point. It's a little bit more sophisticated point, and I have to kind of explain it a little bit later. So that's kind of like the most sophisticated point that I'll save for last in the room. Let everybody come into the room. Everybody on Twitter who's watching me, get your ass into YouTube. Get the links. Get everything. I'm gonna give you the free links to my prop. To my prop ebook right now, my prop guide over here. So if you're on Twitter, get your ass over here and get my prop guide. Free links to my, if you want the indicator, here's the indicator links, all that stuff. Anyways, trade your personality. So there are two types of personalities, and I think this is a great question. Let's stop this poll. I mean, everybody kind of admitted it. Where's my poll? Oh, I guess I stopped it. Okay, let's do one more poll. No, I can't find my poll. Hold on a second, guys. Why can't I find my poll? Close? Okay, maybe I closed it. Let me see. Can I do another poll? I can't find my poll now in my thing. Oh, this is so annoying. Huh. Oh, this is really, really, really annoying. Okay, hang on a second, guys. Just bear with me a second, because I really want to do another poll here, and I can't close it because I can't seem to find it in my panel here. All right, you know what? Hang tight. I'm going to just close it out, try it again. Let me see if I can do this. We got 2 minutes to the open. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my setups and everything else in just a minute. But as usual, I'm having my production difficulties. Jesus Christ. It's like, it's painful. Oh, there it is. There you are. There you are, you son of a bitch. Okay, I ended this poll. Okay, so this is a poll that I really want to ask you guys, because this is probably the most important question you will answer ever in this room. Are you I'll make it simple. The answer to this question will depend on how you should trade. And I'll show you both ways. Okay, so I just started the new poll. Are you a trend trader or a counter trend trader? Right? It's just a simple question. Answer that question as honestly as you possibly can. Because that is, if you're one way, I'm going to show you. I actually traded this with trend right now on the NASDAQ. But I'm going to show you how to trade trend or how to trade counter trend with my setup. And that's the most important part of what I want to show you. So everybody come in, chime in. Are you a trend trader or a counter trend trader? Most people are going to be, it's writing 85 to 15. I am definitely the 15%. Okay. I am very much the minority, which is fine. In fact, I might be 10% by the time we're done here, because everybody wants to trade trend. So since everybody loves trend first, let me show you how we're going to use the BFF scalper to trade trend, right? By the way, look at this moves. We're starting to really come off nicely here. Okay, let me look at the S&P here. Ooh, S&P is just diving, bitch. Okay, so Okay. First order of business of how you trade trend. This is, according to my analysis of the scalper. We have the black line, which is the long-term trend, 200-period SMA. We have the blue line, which is the 8-period SMA, right? So the first most obvious thing is 8 below black, downtrend, 8 above black, uptrend. That's just the beginning of the structure, the beginning of the analysis. The second point we want is the number of the label. So the red labels are the trend labels. The purple labels are counter trend labels. So in other words, if you think about this, the red one is a momentum sell. The purple one is a counter trend buy, right? It's kind of very obvious, and they're all labeled. They're all labeled, right? So the first thing I like to do when I'm looking at trend is I want to see at least some semblance of moving average separation. In this case, it's actually pretty easy because after you get 1, 2. I pass up on the 1, 2. You could dive in if you wanted to on the first trade, but what I want to do is I want to see that this is actually truly a trend in the making, right? So if it's a trend in the making, I need the moving averages to begin to separate. Once it's like a clamshell. They start, once they start opening up, that gives me some confidence that trend is in the offing. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. I'll show you my way, and then you can do it your way if you want to. So let me find the thing. So if you want to, right around here, once you get about, generally my rule of thumb is 10 basis points, 1/10 of 1% of the underlying. So if you think about NASDAQ, that's a $20,000 underlying, and 10 basis points is 20 points, right? 1% of 20,000 is 200, right? Jesus Christ. Yes, I think so. Let me see. Oh, it's painful. It's painful. Yes. So 1% of 20,000 is 200. 1/10 of 1%, which is 10 basis points, is 20. So I need to see about 20 points between the current price and the black moving average, the long-term moving average. So this is about 800. This is about 780. Perfect. That's it right here at around 2. I'm liking the trend. That's where the trend is there, right? So once I have that moving average separation, there's 2 ways you can enter this trade. You can either enter it my preference way, which is sell the green candle. Try to sell it at the highest possible point. Sell the green candle. Now, the danger of that is if you're faked out and it's a V-shaped recovery, boom, you're going to be stopped out higher up, right? Which is, fine. It's the risk of the trade. The other way, but on the other hand, if you're correct, you're going to get a great price. You're going to just you're going to sell it really, really expensively. And you're going to be able to take it back at a good location. The other way is to sell momentum. Once you have that separation, you can just sell the 3 label, right? It's same idea. Once you've established trend, you made money. Now you can sell the counter trend, or maybe you want to sell the momentum trade. Either one, right? I always want, even in trend, I want to be counter trend, right? Some people like to be trend. We can really, it's like God, I was just going to make all sorts of politically incorrect jokes about trend, counter trend, counter trend, counter trend. Methodologies, just like he, him, she, her, they, you, I. But you get the idea of how you want to classify yourself as to who you are. But the point being is that if you're trading within that, that structure, which is like at least 10 basis point separation, whether I'm trading trend or counter trend on a bigger basis, this to me is always a trend signal. If I'm over here when the moving averages are just starting to go, I'm always looking for trend ideas. Whether I'm going to enter them counter trend or momentum, doesn't matter, but I'm always looking for trend. However, once I get somewhere over here, once I get about 60 to 80 points of separation, 30 to 80 basis points of separation, right? Once I get from 800 to like, this is actually 100 right over here. Now I am looking for counter trend trades. Now I'm looking to buy these dips. I'm looking to buy these moves. I'm not looking to sell them. But you as a trend trader may want to press it. You may, that may not be your anchor point. You may think, oh hell, this thing is gonna, is gonna expand even further. I'm gonna ride this wave forever. Wherever you like it, whether you like to, ride the crest of the wave or surf the wave all the way down, depending on your personality, you can absolutely do it with the BFF scalper. The key thing is you need to know who you are. You need to orient yourself properly on the chart within the structure, and then you got to stick to your strategy in small size. After all is said and done, after everything you've done, the single most important thing you need to do after that is make sure that you're doing it on the right size. Now, in my former idiot days, where I used to just absolutely love to, dive on the grenades and just see if I could be the hero of the day. I used to love to buy these things. You see how like this is totally expanded off the short-term moving average. It's so stretched out. It's like levitating, above or below the 8 SMA over here, right? So yeah, spoons are dropping like a rock. Exactly. And I used to love to buy this shit. I used to love to go, oh, let me buy this dip, right? No more. Now I'm going to show you what I consider to be a much better money trade. Money trade meaning it's a much higher probability trade. I'm going to let this thing do its thing. I'm going to let it cook. I'm going to let it come down. It's breaking 700. I used to love to buy the round numbers, buy the 700, see if it pop up. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It doesn't matter. Being a hero once loses a lot of its glamour. Trust me. I'm almost certain we're probably going to maybe test the 5,900 level here today. Who knows? Market really looks like it wants to come down. Maybe we're going to take out the 2,500. This looks like a day where we want to just bring it down. But it doesn't matter to me what's going to happen in the next 2 hours. What I'm going to look for right now, meaningfully, is a move back up above this moving average, and then a secondary sell. Secondary sells, like label number 5 on the red, label number 6 on the red. If I get a 6 sell into a double bottom, I'm going to be a buyer over there. That's going to be my first established counter trend trade, because that is going to be a much better money trade than me trying to be a hero. Now, yeah, it could have worked here. I could have bought the 19s. It could have, it popped. It's beautiful. It's a lot of fun. Maybe I do it with small size, and it's a lot of fun, and I fight the trend. And you can certainly do it with micros, and you probably won't be damaged. And it's a lot of fun. But it's a stupid trade to do. It's just there for shits and giggles, for kicks, because this thing can fall like yes, when they're stretched out this far away from the moving average, they absolutely will find some kind of a bottom. But why guess? Why step in front of a train and have it have it roll over you, then shake yourself up and step in front of the train again? Why not let the train come to a natural stop and then try again? And then you have a much better chance of converting that into a good counter trend trade. It's sort of my attitude these days as I've gotten older and just a teeny bit wiser on the trades. Holy shit, is gold up like fucking 47? Jesus. All right. So this now, remember I said to you, I want it to be short around 45s, around that level. So now the flip side of this. Now we're gonna watch the shorts, we're gonna watch the longs. So now on the long side, what I want this thing to dip below and come back and give me a nice big buy. Number 8 buy. 8 buy, I'm gonna be short this thing like kingdom come. I'm going to initiate my shorts on gold. I'm happy to sell you a boatload at around the 50 level, but only once we come in, come out, because I don't know how much this may extend a little bit higher into the 50s. So we're going to watch both of these setups in real time and see how they develop before I commit. You took the chase short, Dr. D. Dr. D, you are inveterate degenerate. You truly deserve the degenerate trader shirt, which I'm, by the way, going to start making. Definitely going to. It's time for us. New Year's, I'm going to order a whole bunch of merch, which you're going to just start giving away on degenerate traders. The caps, the shirts, the little sweater patches. I'm definitely going to start doing that. All right, let's watch gold. Okay, let's watch gold. I'm actually going to get myself focused on my trade of 8. Where's my gold? All right. Now I want a green. I want a buy candle through this moving average. I want them to peak. Put it up there. It's look at this massive move here. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to get it because this looks like it's going to crash a little bit. This wave is cresting already. I'd love for the wave to make one more run to the upside. The most important cool thing when you're watching, by the way, the BFF is you really see price as a wave function, right? It really is. Like all of your, physics 101, all of your surfing metaphors, everything about life that you understand either aesthetically or mathematically really comes so true. All emotion, all life, every function in physics is a waveform function. And man, price is always a waveform function, which is why once you understand that it's a waveform function, it makes it a lot easier to scalp. All right, come on, baby. It was almost there. So 32, 31 seconds left. I'm going to sit there, hope that it gives me a green candle to initiate my short protocol. God damn it. Okay, 6, 7 seconds. Come on. All right, I'm gonna go at. I sold 45s just because I had no temptation, and maybe we're gonna get this a little. Just see if we can modify this. Just see if we can take maybe 6 or 7 ticks out of this thing. Almost. We'll see. Let's see if we get a little bit of a conversion factor here on gold. Maybe not. See, I gave into my impulses. I went short, even though I didn't get the green candle. Probably going to get the green candle now, so my execution was a little bit off. But it is, it's not a horrid execution. It's just, I couldn't take it anymore. I was just like so eager to get short around this level. See, now it gives me the short label here. It's probably going to be at least $1 higher on the entry, which I'm obviously going to screw up completely here because I did not execute properly. So I told you what I was going to do and I didn't do it. And we'll see if I have to, if I'm going to have to repair this trade a little bit. Yeah, see, look how much better entry this would have been. I would have been literally like, now I'm stopped out on this thing. Join ask. Now I'm in on this trade, which is really where I wanted to be. This is the trade I should have been in instead of the other trade. Okay, so let's give it a shot here on this trade. I'm at 2 size here. This should have been my first level. It's my second level. It's this is why I give myself multiple chances. Kind of watching, by the way, the S&P here. I didn't quite get the red sell, but I'm going to initiate a buy here on the S&P as well. Where am I on my S&P? I'm just trying to manage both of these trades here. Just let's see if we can pick up a little bit of a buy here. This was a sell. I should have been a little bit more patient here. 15 seconds. I should have waited the full candle out of here. God damn it. Okay, same thing. All right, I'm in at 14. Oops. Wait, what happened? Oh, okay. I got done on my. Where am I here? I'm totally lost on lost on all my trades because I'm watching. Okay. All right. Good. Sorry, guys. So let's recap of what I did here because I'm. Oh no! Hang on a second. Let's get out of here. Okay. Close position. Okay. Get out of here. Okay. So I'm good to go. I made my money. Sorry about that. I trying to do two things at once. I'm trying to talk. I got distracted. Let's talk about the gold trade, which was the right trade to do, right? And now we're gonna enter. If this thing goes short over here, if I get a red label over here, I'm gonna be a buyer over here again. I'm absolutely gonna be a buyer in the S&P. Let's see what Nasdaq is doing. Nasdaq is going to be red. I'm going to be a buyer for sure. Nasdaq too. So let me talk to you about gold, and let's talk about this trade first, which I butchered a little bit, and then I had to repair. Should have been the first good trade, but it was a second good trade. So here's the executions. Let's talk about this. So you see how I sold over here at 47, even though it wasn't the green candle because I was just too impatient and I really wanted to get into the trade. Everybody follow me, right? So, by the way, so people want to know what my trade size is. It's whatever unit it is, whether you're doing micros or minis. It's always 1, 2, 4, 8. Try to give myself 4 chances to repair the trade, right? So 1, 2, 4, 8. That's my sequence. So, and you can see it because I buy one, I get stopped out on the spike. I sell 2, and boom, that repairs. So that when I repair the 2, that's a positive. That's a full positive move on my side, right? I not only make up the losses, but I make up the full wins, right? So by doing that, I bought it back. I got everything done on gold. Now, going back to here, here I sort of screwed the pooch because what I was trying to do is here. This is what I should be doing. I was too early in buying. Now we're gonna buy Nasdaq over here in this trade. We're gonna buy this over here, and I'm actually gonna buy. I think I'm gonna start with a half. 10 seconds, join bid. Okay. So now I bought myself a half size on Nasdaq. Okay. I bought a half size, meaning a half lot, not a full lot on Nasdaq. Let's see if I can make this work for me. All right. Beautiful. You see how clean that was? And I just repaired that. Now, I could have done the full 40 ticks. I took about 30 ticks because it's the first bounce. It's going to come back down. I'm going to do it again. So I was feeling pretty confident about this trade, but it's Nasdaq. Nasdaq is a big contract, lots of volatility. Instead of doing the full mini lot, I did it 5 micro lots, which is in this particular structure was about $100 trade, right? It was like I made about actually $75 on this trade. But you can see how when you're trading counter trend, I bought the dip. I want to buy the cheapest point over here, like I did over here, and boom, pop it right back up. That's my view. That's my money trade in terms of trading counter trend trading, right? Because why? Everything is super stretched out. The small moving average way the fuck away from the large moving average. It's like the jaws of a shark. So when they're trying to sell it, I'm essentially trying to buy the double bottom. Now, could they extend the range even further? Absolutely. Could they make this the next run even lower? Yes. But eventually, when they make the next run even lower, right? The next wave, the next consolidation wave will be at the lower level, and I'll be happy to buy that short. So could I buy this short right now? I could, but I don't have a lot of confidence in it. So since I don't have a lot of confidence in it, I'm just going to do a 1 micro lot. I'm going to do a 1 micro lot because I don't want to fight this move with large size because I don't have a lot of confidence. So one of the important things you want to ask yourself is how much confidence do you have in the trade? I clearly had like 5 times more confidence in this thing, and you see, and I got clipped out on a micro lot here. Shit. All right, we're just gonna let it go. Look at that move, by the way. Look at that slop. Oof. This is why I knew it was gonna do it. It kind of took me out, and then then came back out to a move. So now on the next wave down, if I get a next wave down, I'm gonna be a buyer with much larger size. So there's like always 2 things you want to ask yourself when you're trading, which is how confident am I in my setup, which is going to determine your initial entry size, and is it my setup first and foremost? Do I even want to do this? Do I want to do this? Is it close enough to my setup? And then how confident am I in it? So this was mildly my setup because it was clearly a red into a sell, but I wasn't that confident. And as you can see, I actually bought it also. I kind of botched it execution wise because I bought it before it closed. Had I bought it when it closed, I wouldn't have been able to be stopped out. That's the other thing is the rule of thumb that I always want to do is you want to buy it on the close. And I'm always buying it too early. I'm always buying it like 20 seconds before the candle closes. I should be making the rule of only buying it 5 seconds or less before the close. So the amount of downward slippage, if I'm buying the dip, is minimal, right? Minimal to stopping me out. All right, so now you see we've been focusing on NASDAQ right now, but the same story is probably developing in S&P. And we can trade the S&P the same way, which is if I get a 7 red label, I'm a buyer of S&P here. Especially if the 7 red label is maybe somewhere over here, I get a higher low. That's going to give me a lot of confidence that, hey, this particular sell-off move may have crested. If the 7 is actually lower low, I may let it go. I may let it go. I want to see a little bit of consolidation. But even if I don't let it go, so let's just play this game. Let's say I'm gonna trade the micro contract. I'm just gonna trade a tiny little thing because I don't have a lot of confidence in it. The most important thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to wait until the candle closes. I'm going to wait till only 5 seconds left on the candle because a huge part of this is just execution. You need to have the setup, you need to have the execution, you need to have the confidence. You have those 3 things, then you're in good shape. You're in definitely good shape. Right now, I don't have anything. Okay, 10, 9 seconds, 8, 9 seconds. All right. So I'm bid on, this is the micro contract, right? So I'm on the micro contract. So again, this is because I don't have a lot of confidence. This is a lower low, number 7. So it may puke a little bit further down. I certainly am happy to make, bid over here at the session lows. But if it goes back up, great. I'll make a few ticks here, and it'll be fine. Maybe I'll just move this over here. Just get myself a little closer to an exit. Maybe I'll go for 6 ticks on the move. It's my first sequence, so I really don't care. But you see there's 3 things that are going on here, and if I'm doing things correctly, those are the 3 things I need to make sure that I'm doing. And it's sometimes, when you do them all correctly, it's going to work against you. Like this was a mildly bad trade, right? So now I'm going to go. I'm going to just try to buy underneath here. I a little bit early, but whatever. Again, these are micro contracts, so I could give a flying fuck about size right now because it's tiny size, and I'm basically right now. Here we go. And I resolved the trade. So this brings up a really, really good question. And we talked about the idea of wasting time versus wasting money. This is a super interesting insight that we came up with in coaching yesterday that I think will also help you guys in your journey to trade better. All of us, nobody more so than me, gets very stubborn when we're trading. Let's say we're behind, right? We're behind on a trade, and we're now looking to just, or we lost, we got stopped out on a trade. Now we want to, get the money back. We want to win on the next one. Want to win on the next one. Or we got stopped out on 2 or 3 trades. We absolutely want to win on the third or the fourth one, right? And it's that desire to win. It's the desire to make money that really kills us. Because the way I trade is the first cycle of my trade, I want to make money. And even on the first cycle, sometimes if I'm looking for 8 ticks and it's only 6 ticks, I'll take it because I don't care. It's money. It's money in the bank. On the second cycle, I'm willing to make money, but if it's not going to go my way, I am thinking about just, scratching myself, just getting myself flat out, right? So to give you an idea, like using S&P as an example, it's an 8-8 structure, 8 ticks stop, 8 ticks target. Level 1, 8 ticks, 8 ticks. Level 2, 8 ticks, 8 ticks. Maybe on level 2, I'll go 6 ticks. 6 ticks will completely cover my losses, give me a tiny little bit of profit, right? On level 3, I'm going to go 4 ticks. All I need is 4 ticks to kind of wash away my 2 other levels because I am, at quadruple the size. That's what I'm looking for. On level 5, I may even just go 3 ticks. I don't care, because the job that I'm looking to do is not to win, but just to basically get myself to more or less where I was, to get me to close enough to break even so that I can restart at much better price. Because what's happening when I'm counter trend trading? If I'm losing, that means I'm buying and the price keeps going lower and lower and lower, and I'm just eating stops. I don't need to be eating stops at larger size. I just need to get myself, as flat as possible, and then establish fresh new positions at much smaller sizes. They're going to have a much higher degree of being profitable, right? If I'm basically fresh of mind, fresh of capital, but I have much better prices on my strategy that I can establish at lower risk, isn't that much better? It is. And that is what I mean about the idea of wasting time versus wasting money. When you are in this kind of a cycle, what that means is that you're battling the market for like an hour with the sole intent purpose of losing as little money as possible. You've burnt that. You are not profitable that hour. You're not even maybe scratched. You may be even mildly negative. And that is a good thing, because if you are trading and scalping, there will always be an hour, maybe 2, maybe 3, sometimes even a whole day, when your whole job is going to be to waste time. Because if you waste time instead of money, you have preserved your capital, which is your lifeline. It's much, much better to waste time than to waste money, because wasting money is what you live on. Wasting time is just what we all do. We all waste time. It's just that we pretend like we don't waste time. When we all work in like salaried jobs, how much fucking bullshit time during the day do we waste doing nothing, right? But we feel so virtuous because we're on a salary and we're doing that stuff and so on and so forth. But when we're trading for ourselves, we're like, oh, I can't be wasting time. I have to make every moment productive. It's got to be a P&L moment. No, it's exactly like real life. Maybe only 20% of your hours are actually productive. The rest of the time, you're just, twiddling your thumbs. So do not run away from wasting time. Embrace that concept. Love that concept, because that is the concept that keeps you alive, right? Does that make sense? Everybody following me on that? All right, we are down to be down, like I told you. So now we're gonna hang tight. Let's take a look at what gold is. Gold is still at around the 47s. Gold is just kind of not doing it. That was a great fucking short. Look at that short right at the top, came back down, right? I'm gonna let gold go a little bit. I think gold might actually start drifting lower. Now, if you're a momentum trader, if you're like kind of a trend trader the other way, then selling the 8s is a great thing. If you're a trend trader, I don't love buying this. I want to be, if I'm actually going to probably buy gold if it gets close to the 40 level, because once it gets close to the support level of the moving average of the short-term moving of the long-term moving average, then a sell into the long-term moving average is a buy. I'm always going to want to do it cheaply. So we're going to leave gold alone for the time being. Go back to maybe NASDAQ, see what's going on over here. Both NAS and S&P are trying to carve out a tiny little bottom over here. So again, my favorite setup coming into place, which means that if I get a red label number 8, red label number 7, I'm going to be a buyer in both of these trades. You guys vibing this? A lot of people were asking me, sort of like to explain what I do, and it took a long time to try to understand all the nuances of it. I should have been. I'm just waiting to see if I can get the buy. I guess we're gonna wait for the. I did not get the label in NASDAQ, so we'll see if we get a label in S&P. Again, what do I need to do? I need to be patient. I got to wait till 5 seconds left on the candle. I got to probe on this move. How vibey am I feeling? I think I'm gonna do half size, guys. I'm gonna do 5 micros instead of a full mini on this trade as my initial trade, because I like this, but I don't know if I love it fully. So instead of doing a mini, I'm gonna do a 5 micros, 13-14 seconds left on this trade. At around -7 seconds, I'm gonna start doing join bid. And I'm in at 11. All right, I'm in at 11 on this trade. 2 seconds left. Not, good enough execution. If this thing starts puking all the way down, now at least I can establish myself at a relatively decent size. If we're stabilizing, good for me. I'm not. I'm okay either way. Is this going to, come down to, to a double bottom? Maybe. That's why I did half size. Okay, now I'm going to go, to the big size. Join bid. In at 9 on the big size. Here's the big size. So we're on the big size. Where's my big size? Oh, it's over there. Sorry, let me do it over here. Big size. This goes NASDAQ. So we keep our lots here. 4. Shit. There we go. Come on. There we go. And we got that done. And that trade resolved for a little bit. For a little bit. It wasn't a huge amount of money, but I wasn't super confident that this was going to be the first proper entry. So I did a half entry, and I resolved. I took it out. So it took me 2 trades to resolve this thing profitably, and build the P&L a little bit, which is fine. We'll see how it goes. If we make fresh lows, again, I'm going to be half size. Once we stop making fresh lows, and it might be 900. Remember, I told you, I think we might go to 900 on SPOOs. We might eventually go to 20,500 on NASDAQ. It's clearly a negative day. And if you are a trend trader, you should just be selling the fuck out of this thing all the way down. Just, sell the red. Just sell the reds, sell the reds, sell the reds in a way that you like, in the comfort and the size that you like. You just want to be holding this all the way down. Very much, the way you want to be trading if you're a trend trader. The critical thing is there is no right way of trading. There's only right way of trading for your personality type, right? If you love, like there's guys in my room, they just love to ride the surf. They just surf it from here and they just keep on going. There are guys that'll do like, 2 minis and they just start giving up like half positions all the way through. So there's lots and lots of different ways. I'm just trading the way I do, which is obviously in the minority. Although look at this. Oh, I'm shocked. The counter trend was down to like 14% before everybody came back up, and now it gave me 29% on the moves. All right, we're at 902. So we're definitely going to take out the 900s, or we're going to try to consolidate it here. So this is where it gets interesting and now we're at the 570s on Nasdaq. Sorry, I'm just trying to see what gold is at. Gold hasn't moved, so gold is kind of just sort of stationary. So you see how we broke the 900? Yes. Could you have bought the 900 for shits and giggles? Absolutely. It was a slam dunk. Had I been, by myself here without you guys, would I do this trade? Absolutely. But I don't want to do bad habits with you guys. I want to kind of just trade the setup as I teach it to you, instead of all the bullshit cowboy stuff that I want to do. Because I want you to kind of understand methodically, either from my perspective or from counter my perspective, where the opportunities lie, right? And buying this thing was just, again, a gamble. Like, standing in front of a train going, ooh, I missed it. Isn't it fun? When I was 15 years old, that was a lot of fun. And it was really, really stupid. By the way, you guys ever have that conversation with people about how many times you came close to death between the age of 15 and 20? And if the answer is less than 3, you probably really either lying or you just probably haven't really lived, right? Hey, let's do that as a poll question. Let's do that. Let's see how many of you, how many. I guarantee you, the women will probably answer 0. The men will be like, oh, at least 10 times. Let's do this question. How many times did you nearly die between the ages of 15 to 20? And we're going to do 1, 2, no, 2, and we're going to do more than 2. Let's see how many people are truly idiots. All right, guys, let's vote in the polls. There's actually a method to that madness. Now, we're definitely oversold here, right? Definitely oversold. Definitely fully stretched out here, right? 50 20,000, 50 really fun level to buy it. And I may just take, I'm really just kind of tempted to just see if I could putz around. I'm going to do this with a micro contract, so it's not, not a lot of so it's 61. I'm trying to see if I want to try and all right, maybe we'll just put a bid out here at 54 on the MNQs. Look at that. Just popped off my bid. All right. Let's not fool around. Let's not do stupid stuff. Oh, look at you bastards. So many of you are like more than 2. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. This gets under the 50. I'm going to just join bid here just for shits and giggles. All right. I am. Oh, look how fast I got stopped out. Again, you never learn. You never learn, right? You always want to play around. Now I'm playing with small size here, guys, obviously, with micro, but I don't want to be stupid. Like, I'm going to give this 2 or 3 tries. And if it doesn't work, I'm just going to walk away like an idiot, and pay a small price for this jump into the fray. Yeah, it's probably going to go. I think it's going to puke itself down a little more. So let's get a little larger here. See if I can resolve it. $560. So 550 is my buy. 560 is my exit, and we're trading 43. So 40 would be my stop. This is all right. Now I'm in at 38. Yeah. I'm just going to eat this hard here. All right, enough. This is, if this doesn't work, that's it. Okay, enough of this game. This is why you don't do it. right? Because you're just going to be eating, big losses. All right. I will stop from doing stupid stuff. But remember, I did this on tiny contracts. So this all only cost me like $100 of idiocy. In the meantime, this is going to set us up for some really good counter trend trades. Only 10 votes on the nearly died poll. Let's go. So we took the 900, like I told you, really big sell-off, strong trend move. Really wanted to curl around about the 8 and then come back and retest as a double bottom. That's going to be our trade. Until we get there, we don't have a really trade yet. Gold going through the 50s though. That's a trade for us. Let's look at gold. Okay, gold gonna come down, come back up. I'm gonna be a seller of gold. We'll watch both of these things at the same time here. We'll watch NASDAQ, we'll watch gold. We'll look for opportunities both ways. Just letting the price action stabilize a little bit. Obviously, a lot of peak job. I think we may actually test the 500 before it finally stabilizes. But we'll see if it wants to bounce back up and down a little bit here. Watching the S&P. So S&P making a very clean, sharp dip below 87, coming back up and above. Probably going to be an interesting trade for us. All right, I sold gold on a micro level, just a micro level at the 50, just to probe this level out. This is not, my setup, but it's kind of like, it is sort of like that green candle, into the highs. So I'm perfectly okay with this trade. If it runs against me, it stops me out. I'm happy to get larger, higher, because that's going to give me a very, it's a key level. It's sort of popped on a move through the moving average over here, close enough to make me want to trade this. Let's take a look at the S&P. S&P just died over here at this level. Have to be patient. We may, as I said, we may see much lower lows in stocks before they find any kind of a semblance. It's only 10:14. May need about half an hour more to get this going. Bitcoin holding bid though. Bitcoin at 94,400. Am I planning on trading? Yeah, of course I'm planning on trading a lot. Sorry, are you talking about a funded account, Sweetwater Gypsies? I'm not sure what you're asking me on the question mark here. So S&P and NASDAQ kind of just consolidating. Is this a bottom? The market will tell us. Gold looks like it wants to just go through the moon. We're going to let it get there. I am short at 52.1, right? Really, really walking the band here. It may go up to 55, but I'm at micro size. I could give I could care less. There is Bitcoin futures. They're not very, very liquid, although maybe these days they'll become liquid. But Bitcoin futures do trade, and I think you could actually trade them. I'm not sure, but I think you could trade them through Apex. I mean, they're listed on the CME, so you might be able to trade them, but they're just not very liquid. So it's hard to trade them. Making it like a lower bottom in the S&P. This is the reason why you have to just I was very, very patient. I wasn't going to buy this dip until I got I didn't get a peak red into the move here. Made a nice big U, and now if we rise up and get a red, that's actually going to be a good signal for me to get long. Nope, 84 fresh lows on S&P, and it looks like 500. So remember, I said to you 500 is going to be in play. 500 in Nasdaq, right? Now that is a big, big level. So you want to play a little bit of fun around this level. It's going to be there. And I popped myself up on Nasdaq just because that was too much of a gimme. You knew that 500 was going to be a test, but that again, I did it small. I didn't do anything stupid here, and it's very, very important that you don't do stupid stuff here. Meantime, we're just going to go like this. See if we can modify this, come back out. There we go. Come on, baby. Oh, come. Oh, do me right. Come on. I can't believe you're not doing me. Seriously. Come on. There we go. All right. So we resolved the gold. I resolved the NASDAQ BOP. And now we're going to get serious about trades. Right now, these are all dick around small trades. So where am I? So here's S&P. Here's Nasdaq. And you know what? We'll stay with S&P, which is always a relatively easy trade for me to do, and we'll stay with gold. So what's the gold trade here? The gold trade is we peaked out at 52. We're going to come down. We're going to create another green label. We're going to get short that green label. With S&P, we peak up. We come down with a red label. We're going to get long the red label. That's going to be the trades on these things. If we get that opportunity. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes the wave just crests and it comes right back down, and then it's just then there's no opportunities. Sometimes this makes a V-shaped recovery, and you don't ever get the red move there. So we have to just see what the market gives us. You guys having a good time? See, look at this. Keep making me fresh double bottoms, right? It's just not letting you, not even like letting you consolidate. And I just have to be really, really patient. The wave just continues to roll down. Now the gold wave is up, right? So the gold wave is a legitimate trade for us, and we want to do that. where am I? How much time is it? 15 seconds, 14 seconds. Remember, I don't want to trigger until at least 10 seconds or less. Yeah, I'm in at 51.4. In at 51.4 on the gold trade. And, we're going to trade this one the way we trade everything else. This is a legit entry. It goes higher against us. We'll get shorter there, but I'm relatively comfortable in this particular trade, for this particular idea. Let's review why I'm counter trending this. So we want at least like 30 basis points between of the notional. What's the? It's about it's $2 for 10 basis points, $3 for 10 basis points. Let's say it's $3. We're going to average it up. It's 3,000 product. So $9 separation between the moving average, which is 40 to around 50. We're at $10 separation. That's pretty wide. That's where I want to initiate my short, right? So I got a really, really wide separation between moving averages showing me some, look at this 9 over here. I gotta pay attention. Let's get interested here. 40 seconds. Again, watching this carefully. I need the candle to, I'm not going to, I'm not getting the trade. All right. I need it to be like, a countdown around 10 or less before I want to initiate the trade over here. And if I don't get it, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna, just like before. Remember when I ran into the trade ahead of, just because I was so eager to get into a trade? This is now I'm just gonna let it actually complete. No, fuck it. It ran away. We'll do it. We'll do it at a different level if it comes in at a different level. We'll just we'll give it another 2-3 candle opportunities here. I know what. I'm taking out my gold trade at a small profit for a couple of reasons, and I'll explain to you why. When I'm trading with you guys and I'm looking to do, usually when I'm trading by myself, I'm only doing one product and I'm focusing on this one product and I'm just doing that one particular trade, right? But because everybody wants to do multiple trades and I'm watching multiple instruments, I very often lose my focus, right? And so this is inevitably, whenever I get out early, it's always going to go my way. And since I was really, really focusing on making sure that I had a red sell-off in the S&P, I didn't want to be bogged down watching this particular trade get resolved. So unfortunately, I didn't take as much money out of this thing, and unfortunately, this thing ran away from me a little bit. But I'm still kind of eyeing this thing. If we're somewhere around these levels and I get a red dip, I'm going to be a buyer. Once we get up to 95 or higher, that's going to be a much smaller entry, because the point is that if I get a red dip somewhere around here, it could potentially make a move all the way down here for a double bottom. So there'll be a 2 or 3 level resolution. If that's the case, I'm not so confident. Here, buying the dip here, you basically were betting on the fact there's going to be a double dip, and it worked. I just literally missed it, right? It just did not give us the signal, and I didn't go chasing it. That's my approach. Your approach could be different. You could be going chasing it for a turn. Doesn't matter. The point being is, as long as you stay true to your personality, stay true to your approach. There's literally 1,000 trades a day, right? I'm still up on the day. I'm still having a good day. Let me see what we're doing here. Yeah. Today is kind of a flat day, but like this, if I go this week, yeah, look at this. This is my P&L for the week so far, right? We're on Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. 1,250 clean, flat. Most importantly, let me show this to you. Look at the low drawdown. I'm like $200 on a drawdown. I virtually look at this. It's $3.10 with fees. That's my the most amount of money I lost here. Now I did. What is this? This is 1,000. About $300 drawdowns. $300 drawdowns from peak to valley. Like, this is nothing. It's just really, really, I think, good numbers for somebody who's trying to run risk. Oops, sorry. There we go. Where are you guys? There we go. Anyways, who took the gold trade? Anybody take the gold trade with me on the short side? Selling this 10 label. I could have had the full 2. I only took about 80.8 out of it. Well, it's good to see in the poll that 2/3 of everybody who took this poll came close more than twice, dying between 15 and 20. You are true men. Congratulate yourselves. You shorted gold. Good job. Good job. That worked out really, really nicely. Where's the what we haven't looked at in a few minutes is the S&P. The NASDAQ. NAS also could give us like an interesting red label that we want to buy. So basically now we're just looking at the indices to see if we can get a dip buy. Not getting it right now, right? All right, we'll give it a few more minutes. All right, let me put up all the links here while everybody's chilling. If you want to get everything we do, you can open up an account with ACAP and get it for free. If you want the Apex discounts, please get those. These accounts have been just really, really working well. Okay. I'm going to join bid over here on NASDAQ, on the S&P, and take it out. Okay. So sorry, I was just, it's hard to talk and chew gum at the same time. I told you I was going to do this. I'm going to buy the dip. I was going to try to go for 8, but it kind of like stalled out at 6. No biggie. I made, I took my P&L. I got it done. Right. This is probably going to go higher. This is a classic, higher low formation. But you see how hunting that particular point in time is so effective if you know what you're doing. It's just that, it takes me longer to explain it than to do it a lot of times. Anybody buy the S&P with me? No? Okay. All right, guys. Another good session. I did a huge amount of bad execution errors, which cost me. Remember, I bought the stupid. Let's stand in front of the train. It cost me $100 just on fuck around money on micro NASDAQs. So had I stuck to my guns, I would have been up about $300-400. As it is, I'm up about $1.50 for the session. Not great, but certainly a lot better than I would have been in the olden days. And there's still lots and lots of opportunities to make money here for the rest of the day. So the hours are still in front of us. There's still a lot of trade to be made. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope you guys really like the way the BFF system is coming along as a structural system, both on the trend side and the counter trend side. And I'm going to see everybody tomorrow, same time, same bat channel. Look at this. We just missed the NASDAQ move here. That would have been a nice, easy pop too. But there'll be more ahead. I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you again for hanging out with me. Everybody have a great day. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.